Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah, Kodash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Akim out there who pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. And it's the brother Quara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. And real briefly, man, I was sitting here on, the latter end of my lunch break, about 10 minutes left, and, meditating, skimming through the scriptures. And what I want to touch on real briefly, it shouldn't be a long lesson. I got about 2 scriptures I want to touch on, and, whatever else the Lord want to add on. But most importantly, the Lord want to be edifying. But what I want to touch on is going into being comfortable in your lot. Being comfortable in your lot. That thought came to my mind as, meditating. And this crossed my mind the other day, but I never did a lesson. But again, it came back to me. So, I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and do it. But going into being comfortable in our own lot, because as we come into this truth, we understand many members of one body, it's one group, one body that Yahweh shall have, but it's many different members. And within those many different members, guess what? You're going to have brothers with different talents, different understandings. You see? Different ability, to give, show charity. You see? All over the board, man. You're going to have some brothers a part of the body, not necessarily as far as a prophet, but brother might repost videos, keep brothers updated on the news. The point is, we all have a different portion from the Lord to do a specific job. Now we doing the same job, pushing his word, right? Pushing the kingdom of heaven. But even within, we all work. We all work. Now you might work at a company. Yeah, everybody work at the same job, the same company. But even when you go within that company, it's different offices, man. It's different offices. That's the same thing right here that we doing for the Lord, is different offices. And the thing is, the Lord gave each and every one of us our own portion of faith, our own portion of works, even how we do the work. The Lord ain't let everybody, ain't allowing everybody to do the same work. You have apostles putting up lessons, doing live shows, and, going into certain topics. You have elders might do it a little different. Elder Manatas Akbar, he like to do the walking talks. So it's different variations of the work that the Lord allows us to do. But the point is, in knowing all this, we have to be comfortable in what the Lord gave us personally to do, man. We can't look at another brother as, well, I don't know, right? Well, why the Lord ain't let me do that? Or why is he doing it like that? Well, look, that's how the Lord let that man do the work. Because you can get so focused on worrying about another person or what they doing and, how they doing the work, you can forget the task that the Lord wants you to do. You see? Now, it's a healthy thing, to covet after some righteous. We all, like me, I take certain sayings from brothers and elders and use it within my walk, put it in my arsenal to use. But at the end of the day, it's for my walk, though. I'm not covering another man who, why he doing it like that? I wanna do it too. No, take what that man got and apply it to our walk so we can get better and grow. But the point I want to touch on, like I said, it shouldn't be quick, so like it for the long intro, is ultimately, having confidence and being comfortable with what the Lord gave us individually. Because you know what's gonna come down to? When all hell break loose, it's gonna be between each and every one of us and Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai on how we did our job that they gave us to do, not what another man did, how we did our own personal job. And that's ultimately what it's going to come down to. I want to get this real quick in Romans 12 real quick. Romans 12, and I'm going to start at 3. It says, "For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as the Most High have dealt to every man the measure of faith. The Heavenly Father gave each man a measure of faith. This is the thing. Each man ain't going to have the same measure. Each brother ain't going to have the same topics, lessons to go into. Each brother's going to have different spirits, man. You can't get offended by another brother, on how the Lord got him bringing out the word. You see? Because again, once all hell break loose, it's going to be what we did individually for the Lord. So it says that the Lord have gave each man a measure of faith. It says, for as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office. All members don't have the same office. That's why we have things such as order in the camps, man. You have the head, you have the second in command, third in command, so on and so forth. For order's sake, right? But even within these offices, different talents that the Lord gave brothers. Again, brothers gonna go touch on different lessons that another one might not touch on. You might have a brother who do live shows instead of just record. You might have a brother who do walking talks in transits. You see? So brothers got different abilities that the Lord gave, man, to push this word forth. But the point I'm trying to hit on, and Lord willing, the point be made, is that whatever we do, or whatever other brothers do, we have to make sure we comfortable with what the Lord gave us do. And make sure we doing the portion that the Lord gave us, man. So it says, so we being many are one body, and Mashiach and every one members one of another, having then gifts different according to the grace that is given to us. Different gifts, man. It says, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the portion of faith, or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth on teaching. In other words, focus on your lot. Focus on a lot. Let's read it again. Having then gifts different according to the grace that is given to us. So each one of us got different portions. And it says, whether prophecy, let us prophesy. If you're good at prophesying, going into articles, hitting RT News, Al Jazeera, do that. It says, or ministry, let us wait on our ministering. Right? Minister, charity. Right? Brotherly. You have certain brothers who can be a better brother than others. Like one brother, I can, an honorable mention to that brother, the brother Yana in our camp, Issachar, right, brother. Right? Invite that brother to your house. He'll start cleaning up your whole house without you asking. Then you'll say, it's all good. Right? But the point is, that's that brother's spirit, and he do it to the ability that the Lord gave him, man. And many other examples. It says, or he that teacheth on teaching. If you're a good teacher, then go teach. It says, or he that exhorteth on exhortation. If you get brothers' spirits up to, to do the work, or, exhort brothers to, get better, or whatever it is you exhorting brothers to do that. If that's on your spirit, the Lord gave you that beautiful spirit to exhort, then go exhort, man. And it says, and he that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. The Lord even blessed certain brothers in this world with okay jobs or good jobs. Not for the point for them to go splurge in this world, but all for the purpose to help the other brothers out. So if you you in that position to help, go help. Why? That's the lot the Lord gave. And whatever lot it is, we can't be mad. Well, why you ain't get this to me, Lord? Or why you ain't allow me to do this, Lord? You see? Again, whatever he gave you, use it. It may be many things, not just one talent. Brothers have multifold talents, man. Come on, man. It says, or he that exhorteth on the exhortation, he that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth with diligence, and he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. And it goes on. Pretty much, but nevertheless, you see, it's different bodies, many members. Just like even Yahushua, he gave those talents to different men. Different men had. Let's get it real quick. Instead of quoting, let's read it. Right, this Matthew 25. I got a minute left, literally, but it's all good. Roll with the spirit, man. This Matthew 25. In 14, it says, for the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country. This Yahushua. What's that far country? Him going to sit on the right-hand side of the Most High. It says, and who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. Calling the prophets, calling the believers, mainly the prophets, right here in this context, the prophets, and delivered them goods. What is that? The truth to go preach. Oh, and the different abilities, faith, so on and so forth. But mainly the truth to go preach. And it says, and unto one he gave 5 talents. This brother had 5 talents, a great portion. Many different abilities. It says to another 2. So he had talents, but it was less than the other one. It says into another 1. Right? Into another 1. Well, I lost my spot. Okay, here it is. And to another 1, to every man according to his several abilities. So the Lord gonna put certain things on men's plate that they can handle. What it say? To whom much is given, much is required. Right? So let's see how these men, do with their talents. And it goes on to say, then he that had, so like verse 15, right, and straightway took his journey, verse 16. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same and made them other 5 talents. He wouldn't use it. He wouldn't use it. He wouldn't push this word out, right? And he brought in more believers. And it says, and likewise he that had received 2, he also gained other 2. Whatever he had, he wouldn't use it. Whatever he had, he wouldn't use it. He ain't say right here, well, wow, Lord, he had 5 and I only got, no, he wouldn't use it. And it says, but he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. He had the truth. Now, he may not have had, the amount of faith, the amount of, abilities that the Lord gave the other 2, but he had something, though. But the difference is he ain't do nothing with it. He wasn't, as we read on, he wasn't comfortable in his own lot. It says, and after a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. And again, when all hell break loose and judgment is reigning in the earth, it's going to be what you did with your lot. What you did with the portion I gave you, not what another man did. What did you do with the portion I gave you? And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, man. You see? I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, which is every lesson. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, man. This is what it's going to come down to. Why you think the spirit on the Apostle Tahar to push that spirit of giving more diligence? What he said. If you were to tell him, well, Apostle Tahar, you ain't doing enough. What he said, yeah, you're right. I ain't doing enough. I need to do more. That's the spirit to be in, man. Scripture saying, Sirach 43, we can never go far enough. And it says, so he came, so after a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained besides them 5 more talents. And his Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the jaw of thy Lord. And that's what we hope to hear, man. Come up hither. You did what I asked you. Come up hither. But right now is the time to do that. Yahushua said, work the work while it is day, because the night cometh when no man can work. Right now is the time for us to use what the Lord gave us to use, man. Not put a halt to it. It says, and he that also received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents besides. Right? And his Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the jaw of the Lord. And it's the thing. Don't feel bad if the Lord ain't, if maybe you want to, do certain things, or, you feel a brother maybe, the elders on fire. I wish I could be on more fire. Look, don't feel bad about that. The Lord gave each and every one of us a portion. Don't never think you not doing enough, because you're doing what the Lord allowing you to do, man. One might say, "Oh, I ain't doing enough." No, you're doing exactly what the Lord wants you to do. Simple as that. You're doing exactly what the portion that the Lord gave, man. Because he ain't come back to the one who had 2 talents and said, "Why you ain't get 5 talents?" No, he gave him 2 to work with. This is what you work with. He didn't expect him to have as much works or put in, or bring in more as the man who had more than him. He didn't expect as much because he didn't give him as much. It's like if I'm all over the place, kind of getting thoughts out. It says, then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, "Lord, I knew that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid and went and hid thy talent in the earth. And lo, there thou hast that is thine." He wasn't comfortable in his lot. He didn't do nothing with it. He didn't do nothing with it. It says, and his Lord answered and said unto him, "Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, then at my coming I would have received my own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him and give it unto him which have 10 talents. Man, he ain't using it. Give it to somebody who gonna use it. Who wanna use it, man. The point is, each and every one of us got different portions. And you go on that man, he was thrown into outer darkness, weeping and gnashing of teeth. You see, another one, a parable Yahushua gave, Matthew 20. The servants got hired on at different times. Matter of fact, I'm going to read it real quick. I'm going to read the NLT because I was looking at it earlier. I'm going to read the NLT. It's a quick little read. Matthew 20:1, it says, "For the kingdom of heaven is like the landowner who went out early one morning to hire workers for his vineyard." Again, it's Yahushua giving a parable of himself. He hiring his prophets, right? Bringing them into this truth. It says, "He agreed to pay the normal daily wage and sent them out to work. At 9 o'clock in the morning, he was passing through the marketplace and saw some people standing around doing nothing. So he hired them, telling them he would pay them whatever was right at the end of the day. So they went to work in the vineyard, and at noon, again, at 3 o'clock, he did the same thing." So in other words, and it's the NLT. So Yahushua seen people ain't doing nothing, which is us. Before the truth, we was doing nothing with our lives. The Lord called us, "Come work for me." He wouldn't do that it says what? At 9 o'clock. Then he backdoored and went and do it again at noon, and then again at 3. So you had men come and join this work, this body at different times, right? It says, and at 5 o'clock that afternoon, he was in town again and saw more people standing around. He asked them, "Why haven't you been working today?" And they replied, "Because no one hired us." And the landowner told them, "Then go out and join the others in my vineyard." Right? Hey, bringing that for laborers, right? Laborers. It says, and that evening, he told the foreman to call the workers in and to pay them. Come on, everybody's time to get paid now. And it's ultimately salvation, but the Lord give us different blessings throughout the day, through daily, daily loaded us with benefits, as the scriptures say. But this ultimate payday is our salvation, man. You see, so after these men been working, it's time for them to get paid or get blessings. It says, and when those hired at 5 o'clock were paid, each received a full day's wage. And when those hired first came to get their pay, so the ones who been working, right? So the ones who was just hired on, they got paid first, but they worked less time. Now the ones who been working, right? Now it's time for them to get paid. So it says, and when those hired first came to get their pay, they assumed that they will receive more. They assumed that they were supposed to get more. It says, but they too were paid a day's wage. Right? When they received their pay, they protested to the owner. Those people worked only 1 hour, and yet you've paid them just as much as you've paid us who worked all the day in the scorching heat. They felt just because they've been there, they were supposed to get more. That's not always true. That's not always true. And that's what we're getting right here. Apostle Paul, Apostle Paul came in at the end after all the apostles. But the Lord, look how the Lord blessed them, though. to do more. But he came in after everybody else. He said it himself in 1 Corinthians 15. He least than all the other apostles, but he came do more though. Now, do that mean he over them in the spirit? No, the Lord just gave him that talent to do it. That's it. That's it. Peter was still over him. Although Paul did more, Peter was still over him. You see? That's it. It's for we doing the same work for the same cause. It says, and those people who work only 1 hour, and yet you've paid them just as much as you've paid us who worked all the day in the scorching heat. And he answered one of them, friend, I haven't been unfair. Didn't you agree to work all day for the usual wage? Take your money and go. I wanted to pay this last worker the same as you. Is it against the law for me to do what I want with my money? Should you be jealous because I am kind to others? And that goes in to being comfortable with your own lot. That's it. The ones who've been working, why you worry about what that man got paid? Why you worry about what that man get at to that, you know? No, worry about what you and the Lord had going. That's what Yahweh Shai told him. Worry about what you got going. Worry about the work I gave you and told you to do. It says, take your money and go. I wanted to pay this last worker the same as you. Is it against the law for me to do what I want with my money? Should you be jealous because I am kind to others? So those who are the last will be first, and those who are first will be last, man. Again, being comfortable with our own lot. That's what it's going to come down to. Because when it get time to get rewarded, it's about what you did. What I did. What Apostle Tahar did. Just because we listen to the apostles, I can't get blessed, you know, because I like to listen to the apostles, you know. When Elder Yashawama, you know, getting beamed up, I can't go hold his ankle trying to go with him, man. Well, let's get this. Let's get this real quick. This Revelation 22. Revelation 22 and I ended. Revelation 22 and Salaki, let me find it. Revelation 22, it says, give every man according to his own work. Oh, yep, found it. The Wadi Habashimashah. Revelation 22, and I'm going to start at 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he that is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. Why? Because it's all going to come down to this. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. According as his work shall be. The lot that the Lord gave us, did we fulfill that? You know? Did we fulfill what the Lord gave us? Let me get one of Corinthians. It just popped in my mind. I think it's one of Corinthians that kind of say the same. Like 1 Corinthians 3, I believe. I'm mistaken. It's lucky. 1 Corinthians 3 and yep. 1 Corinthians 3 and 6. I have planted and Apollo water, but the Most High gave the increases. Up to the Most High who he give these talents and abilities to, man. It says, so then neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth. Right, us as the teachers, we ain't shit. We ain't nothing. The Lord is using us as vessels, man. It says, but the Most High give the increase. It's the point. Now, he that planteth and he that watereth are one. Right, we doing the same job for the same cause. And it says, and every man shall receive his own reward according to his own labor. And again, works ain't just doing lessons, putting up videos. That's a great part of the work. But work going to our daily lives, how we treat brothers. Right? Are we really charitable? Helpful to brothers. You see? That goes into works as well. It's not just doing videos. That's just a part of it, man. Apostle Paul said you could have all the knowledge, all the wisdom, you know, all the prophecies, all the history. But you don't got charity, you nothing. Come on, man. Works come in different. Again, brothers have different talents and different abilities to do different works. Whatever it is, use it. Salaki, I dropped my phone, but whatever it is, use it. Hold on, let me get out of here before they start complaining. shit at the job. Right, but whatever it is, use it, man. You see? But that's pretty much it, man. Come on. Let me see. Let me see if I want to get something else. Yup. Romans 14:12. So then every one of us shall give account of himself to the Most High. Of himself. The lot that the Lord gave you, he want to make sure you fulfill that. And whatever your lot is, he ain't going to judge another brother according to that, holding another brother up to that standard of you. No, that's personally your personal walk. And he expects us, each and every one, again, whatever we was given, it's required of us, man. You see? Whether it's you just a brother on the other side reposting videos like you got the brother, I think here, Ishaka, right? If you may see this, he could correct it, but his page name is Measure the Time Diligently. Now, he not in account, but he just reposts like a lot of news clippers and videos, and that brother's a good help because a lot of stuff he posts keep me updated. You feel me? Keep me updated on the news. But again, that's what the Lord gave him, man, and he's using it. You see? And but nevertheless, man, I'm gonna end the Lord willing this lesson was edifying. We'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rachakodash. And with that, shalom.